Hi, I'm Mike from Craft Supplies USA, and today we're going to take a look at Dr. Kirk's Micro Magic Polishing Wax. Micro Magic is my go-to polishing wax for all types of acrylics and CA finishes. There's simply nothing better or easier to use. For years, the only way we could get a glass-like finish on acrylics was using micromesh sanding pads. However, that process is very time-consuming. So we came up with a better solution, which is Dr. Kirk's Micro Magic. Micro Magic gets you better results in a fraction of the time. Let's talk about what Micro Magic is, then I'll show you how to use it, including some tips I've learned after turning thousands of pens and projects using Micro Magic. Micro Magic is a 3-step polishing system. Each of the 3 steps contain a specially formulated wax combined with ultrafine abrasives. These polishing waxes are made right here in-house from non-toxic ingredients, so you don't need a mask or gloves when using them. They've got an unlimited shelf life, and a little goes a long way. One set can finish dozens and dozens of projects. Now let's go to the lathe and I'll show you how to use it. To be successful with Micro Magic, it's essential that you sand properly before using it. I always sand my blanks through 600 grit, stopping to sand laterally between each grit. If you only sand through 320 or 400 grit, you'll never remove the deeper scratches left by those coarser grits. From here, I'll go ahead and apply scratch-free and polish the blank at my same sanding speed. Make sure you use scratch-free before Micro Magic, as it's an essential step to a successful project. Start with the number 1 wax. Grab a clean cloth or paper towel and scoop out a small amount of finish. You don't need very much, and a little goes a long way. With the lathe running at around 3000 RPM, or the fastest your lathe can go, spread out the Micro Magic with your towel. Use the towel to friction buff the Micro Magic onto the piece. Friction here is key. It melts the wax, releasing the grit and letting it go to work. Make sure you take your time here and don't rush the process. The results will be well worth the wait. Once you've polished the blank thoroughly, switch to a clean part of paper towel and buff the acrylic to remove any polishing compound. Now move on to the number 2 wax. Repeat the process as before. Apply a small amount with a new paper towel and spend a minute or so buffing the piece. Be careful with how much friction you're applying. If it gets too hot, you may crack or warp your blank. Moderate pressure is all that's needed. If it's too hot to the touch, it's too hot for the blank. Once you've finished with this step, it's on to number 3. Same as before, apply a small amount, then buff with the lathe running for about a minute. Make sure you keep the lathe at the same speed for all 3 steps. Once you've buffed sufficiently with the number 3 wax, wipe off the excess with a clean paper towel. This blank is highly polished and ready for final assembly. I never get tired of seeing the results. acrylics and CA finishes that shine like glass without any visible scratch marks. I'll follow the same 3-step process whenever I do a CA finish. Just make sure that CA is sanded up to 600 grit, then you can use Micro Magic for a super high gloss. And that's all it takes. 3 simple steps and you've got a highly polished acrylic or CA finish. If you found this video helpful, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more wood turning videos.